Hello? Oh.
It's so annoying.
Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Kayleen. And this is
Talk It Out Tuesday.
for this week. We're talking about, you know it, COVID.
Yep, that's
So
it.
whether you know it or not, one of us in this
It's
Zoom,
real.
whether you know it or not, one of us did catch it and one of us did not. Let's just start there.
Let's take a vote.
You're wasting time. Well, Lindsay got the Ronas. Also, I'm eating hot Cheetos, sorry.
That's so rude.
You're
yeah,
fine.
I did.
So we're just going to be talking a little bit about her experience. Her and my mom got it, so we're going to talk a little bit about her experience. What?
And Dad.
Oh, I forgot. My mom, my dad, and me got the Ronas. Me and my brother have not so far, thank goodness. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about what it's like having it, what it's like being in the household, but having to help them and trying not to get it. And I also got my vaccination the other day, literally yesterday. So talk a little bit about how that do.
Oh God.
Okay, so we're not also going to go into too much detail just because we want to respect other people and also respect other people's situations. And COVID is something that's like kind of scary, and so we obviously, and a serious thing, so we obviously want to share our experiences, but COVID does spread vastly and quickly, and so we also want to respect the other people's experience as well. So we'll kind of give you a little brief overview of how it happened, but talk more about our personal experiences with it. Hit it.
Okay, so basically, since like July, I was playing with my club team, and like normally like at practices we wear masks and stuff like that, but when we play games we don't. And so it was like our last tournament like around here. We went to a gym. I don't want to get sued. We went to a gym, and I think well, we don't know like for sure where we got it, but like for our family, we wear masks wherever we go. Like even if it's other people's homes, like whatever, like we always wear masks outside, everything. Except when we play basketball or like when I play basketball. So yeah, so we think we're pretty much positive that we got it at that tournament, only because I started having symptoms later that week, and then I know a couple other people that got it around the same time who also played in that tournament, not only from my team but from other teams. So yeah.
And with that being said, we think my dad caught it a little bit later, but like on how he got it is not really clear. How my mom got it, they did share a room together when they went to another tournament, and so obviously that's how my mom and sister got it. I mean, they were both in the same room, sharing a lot of the same things, so that makes sense. I'm not really sure how my dad got it, and how Jason and I didn't get it, because
okay, if you guys watch like our old like IGTVs, literally Kinley and I were making a gingerbread house together. We were like, yeah, that was the week after. And I was like, Kinley, I can't smell, like my throat hurts. Like, I think I have it. And then you're like, shut up. Like, no, you don't. And I was like, yeah, dude. We filmed that video. We're literally like together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know either because she was, well, but it wasn't as bad until that Friday when you guys left. But me and Jace didn't see you guys because I left early that morning for work.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's unclear if it was the weekend before or the weekend after. But either way, me and Jace were able to not get it. And we don't know if my dad got it from that first tournament or coming
But
in
he
contact
also
with that.
got the vaccine earlier.
So yeah, so we're also not sure if
He
his
had like the
symptoms were
antibodies
because
for
of the
that.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says he got it, but no one really knows. He did have like mild symptoms, very, very actually minor, not even mild. So again, we don't know if it's just because he got the vaccine or not, but yeah, regardless, it is a quick spreading virus. Like a lot of her teammates, she knows a lot of people within those tournaments who got it. Some were worse than others. Thankfully, my mom and sister weren't that bad. But yeah, we're not really sure when because either way, Jace and I didn't get it, which is really good. But yeah, you never know. So yeah, want to talk a little bit about your symptoms and like yeah.
Sure. So for me, like the first week, it was basically just like kind of like either like a cold was coming on or like bad allergies. Like my nose was super stuffed. Like I didn't really have a cough. It was mainly just like the headache and like sinus congestion. So it was yeah, that's pretty much it for me. But I know for mom, oh, and then the day like we got tested because we got the rapid test, that day I had like a fever, but I had never had a fever before that.
Yeah.
But like that one time,
Yeah,
like
because you were just like sore throat.
yeah.
Yours is like literally a cold, sore throat and head cold, literally.
And then all of a sudden that day, literally like as we were getting tested, I like got a fever, and I was like, I hadn't had a fever, and I was like, this is weird, but yeah.
And
And
mom was like the same, yeah.
yeah, like yeah, we like went and like got like cold medication because we literally thought it was a cold, and so then we just like yeah, got a bunch of like cold and like sinus medication for us. But
And
other
the
than
crazy thing is, a lot of her teammates and like people who are in that situation, some of them got it and some of them totally didn't.
yeah,
Which is they were all in the same boat. They were all wearing masks whenever they like practiced, hung out, or like went to meals. But when they played was the only time they had their masks off, and still only some got it and some didn't.
yeah,
So it's honestly like you have to be careful. You have to just like you just have to be careful and cautious. Um, yeah, so they stayed away for a little while they kind of figured out. They came back, they got tested positive, and then that's when me. So okay, timeline. The first tournament of first possible exposure was a Friday or Saturday. Okay. A week later is when they left to go to another tournament, which was the other possible time of exposure, when they were really feeling their cold symptoms. The Monday or Sunday?
we came
Yeah,
back. Mm,
Sunday night.
yeah.
So they came back Sunday night. So on Monday they got tested. It came back positive. Or did you guys stay home for a little bit?
No, we stayed home for a bit and we quarantined.
Oh yeah, they quarantined for a couple days, hoping that it was just a cold and go by.
And like that
So,
time we were feeling like completely like fine, like normal and
yeah,
stuff.
a lot better. So I think they until Thursday, because Thursday's when you got tested.
Yeah. And then cuz like that whole week I was feeling fine, and then when we got tested I got a fever.
Yeah, and so we went. My mom, me, and my dad and my brother were like, "Y'all have to wear a mask. Like, there's no way that you are not wearing masks because you guys are wearing masks because we can't risk this." I was leaving in 2 weeks to go to Hawaii, so I could not get exposed. Um, it's just not good for Jace. Dad works at the hospital. We are like, no way are you, in any case, COVID, no COVID, cold, no cold, you're not exposing any of us. So, like I said, quick breakdown. It was a weekend, first exposure, then a whole week goes by, second tournament weekend, second side of exposure, felt symptoms that second weekend, and then came home on the Monday. Well, Sunday night, Monday, quarantined for like 4 days, and then on Thursday they got tested and it was positive. They came home, or they called us and like, we're positive, and we're like, all of us were like, you're joking, like, it's not funny, don't joke. And they were like, no, seriously. And we're like, crap, well, what do we do now? Like, okay. And so we had seen them, but we did not have close contact with them. We pretty much always wore masks or stayed decently apart. Yes, we're in the same house, but they were staying in my parents' room. Has their own bathroom and everything. We would bring them food. Very, like, stay away from us. So then me, my dad, and brother thought about it, and we're like, what the crap? Let's just go get tested. Like, it's not going to hurt us. It might hurt our bank accounts, but it's not going to hurt us. At least we need to know. Got tested. And the lady goes, we have some mixed results, so just follow the CDC guidelines and maybe get tested in a couple weeks. And we're like, what the? And so I searched through the 3 papers, get my test. I'm like, negative, thank goodness. Because if I tested positive, I wouldn't be able to come back here the time. Like, I would have had to wait like a couple months. Did not want that. So
You're glad that dad got it and you didn't?
if it was Jace or dad, no, like, if it's Jace or dad, like, it didn't matter. I just did not want to get it. What? Anyways, and so then I came back negative, and then I didn't know that it was dad. Like, I had no idea. Dad had the other 2 papers, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I get in the car, and then I sit down, and I have my mask on still. I'm just kind of like, so who's got the Rona? And I thought it was Jace, because Jace is the least, was the least cautious at the time. He was
Yeah,
so
but he has the best
careless
immune
about it.
system, which is like frustrating.
Yeah, but he was also playing volleyballs, and like, he had to take his mask off and stuff. So I thought for sure it was dad and I who were good. But it was actually Jace. Jace is a good, safe one, and then dad was positive. So at that moment, we drove home, and he took all his belongings and went up in that room with them. Me and Jace didn't wear masks around each other, but we wore masks around the rest of the family if they ever came down, which didn't really happen for the next, like, literally week and a half. Yeah, and we just kind of did it that way. Them 3 stayed up in that room. Me and Jace me and occasionally Jace would clean, wipe things down with Clorox, bleach, disinfect it, whatever you want to call it. Cook food, or at least go pick it up, give it to them, make breakfast, everything. For about a week and a half, and then their symptoms. How are you guys feeling that week?
That week we were literally like, there was literally nothing. I think dad, he was like going through like his part of it, like where we were at like the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So he had like the stuffy nose, like that kind of stuff. And I felt so bad because because us 3 were in a room, and their room's like pretty big, but it was me and mom on the bed, and then dad slept on the air mattress on the ground. Because when mom and I were quarantining before, like together, like we were just like, I just slept in dad's spot, and then like dad was like for sure that he didn't have it. Like one night he slept with his mask on because he was like, I don't have it, like it's just because the vaccine. So he slept with his mask on, and mom and I were like, okay, he's
He was
gonna
very adamant about it.
he's gonna suffocate. And he's like, no, I'm not, you stay in the bed because I'm not gonna lay in there because I don't want your germs on me. And I was like, okay. And then when he started getting symptoms, he was like, okay I'll take the mask off now, like. But yeah,
I think when you guys did quarantine though, I think there were like 2 days where you and mom were actually like fighting it again. You know what I mean? Like, you guys had like, your symptoms got worse for like 2 days, but then after that you were fine again. Because there are 2 days where you slept for forever.
really.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It clearly got to her head. But yeah, you guys are doing a lot better when dad joined you guys.
Yeah.
But there were like a day or two, our first day or second day, that you guys were like,
well, no, because that's the night we watched the movie.
no, but I think the day you got tested, because that's your fever day.
Oh yeah. No, that day I was like burning up.
That Thursday and Friday, you were not doing good. And
Yeah.
then after that, you were fine.
The
Um,
next week, yeah, I was fine.
yeah, and then, yeah. And so me and Jace kind of stuck it out. And then I got tested to come literally the week after to get to come here, and it came back negative. So that was super good because one, they were pretty much over COVID and like gone through it and did well with it, and thankfully weren't severe cases. Um, and so that gave me and Jace assurance that we were taking the right precautions of like making sure we wash our hands, making sure we wear masks, and just being safe about that kind of stuff. And I think that's definitely helped even now. I mean, I know that Lindsay and my mom and dad didn't have the worst cases of COVID, and it we're really grateful for that. Like it's sad and it sucks to see that everybody responds differently, and some people get the worst of the worst, and some people are like my sister, mom, and dad who just get a cold. But I think that also makes us realize that we need to actually be careful because you never know how it can affect you and your body. I mean, even between them three, my mom, I think, lost her taste or smell on one of them. And then she eventually got it back, but where
It's
Lindsay
still
was
like
just like,
not the same though. Like there are lasting effects from it.
yeah, exactly. And they all had a little different, it was all generally a cold, but and so, yeah, I think it teaches you, and you need to realize that like you need to be careful because whether it's just like a normal feeling of sickness or whether it's like the real bad case of COVID, either way you're spreading it to other people. And I think that's the worst and scary part. I know I was scared that I could have gotten it and then given it to the kids I work with, and like that would be, I know I could probably get through COVID, but me affecting somebody else would be more, I guess, painful or like more disturbing in my own mind than like me actually just getting COVID.
Especially because like we like every week our family goes to grandma's house to go eat dinner, and so like before like we would never like wear masks. Like she would like give us like masks and stuff just to like wear, and she would wear with her friends and stuff. So we would wear everywhere we went and stuff, but at her house we wouldn't because we're like, oh, we're family. But like now going through that and like realizing how like easy it is to pass it on, like I don't want it to give it to grandma because she is like older and stuff, and I don't like we don't know how it would affect her. So now like whenever we go there, we always put our masks on, and then we eat and we take them off obviously, and then we put them back on right after because we really just want to make sure that she's safe too.
Yeah, and that's not saying that like, oh, because of COVID you can't hang out with your friends, you can't do this or that, because you are living your life and life still goes on. And you shouldn't live in fear, but you also need to respect it. You need to be aware of COVID. You can't bypass that it is a huge virus and it's a pandemic affecting the world. But also you don't want it to stop you from living your life, enjoying life, doing normal things. But now we just have to have precautions, washing your hands well and very frequently, wearing your mask correctly, and just giving that little bit of space, personal space, depending like the desire of the person, but also respectfully, because it's not just for you, but it's for those around you. And yeah, so I think I was able to get the vaccine the day we're filming this. It was the day before. My arm is sore, but nothing more than like a flu shot sore. It actually, no, like if I leave it here, it doesn't hurt to go here. Above does hurt, but anyway, sorry. I was just like
Also,
saying,
my parents and grandma got it also.
yeah. So my parents are done. Oh, and grandma. So them three are fully vaccinated. I'm half. Again, I'm in Hawaii though, but I was able to do it through my school because I am staffed through them, and so it was a really good opportunity. I'm really thankful that um, that it worked out this way and I was able to get so quickly. I know not everyone is, but yeah, I mean, not that this vaccination is going to make me stop wearing a mask or stop washing my hands, but it's just a peace of mind knowing like it is there and it is going to help. And like whether you like, I honestly, we don't always get our flu vaccines if you think about it. Sometimes we do, sometimes we
I haven't
don't.
gotten it in so long.
a couple years, but this vaccine is different because it is so new and it is affecting so many people so quickly. And so, like, why not get vaccinated? It'll help somebody in the long run. And so it's not just because there's some people who want to get vaccinated but can't. So if you have the opportunity, I definitely suggest it. Again, this is my first one, so I'll give you an update when I get the second. But this first one, honestly, my arm's just sore, but it doesn't hurt any more than a flu shot. There's other things going on in my body that make me more.
Okay. We'll talk about that another time.
But anyways, yeah, I think COVID is scary, and it is, I mean, even now, a full year later, which is crazy. Did you know that literally 1 year yesterday, I came home because of COVID? Well, okay, I was coming home because of spring break, but like I got stuck home.
1 year ago tomorrow, we got like our school announced that it's like closed for 2 weeks, and then like 5 weeks, and then a month, and then the end of the school year.
Like, it's crazy, and I'm glad that's actually fun that we're talking about this literally a year later. And so yeah, I know it seems like we're almost at the edge, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's still here. It's still something. Don't let it stop you from living your life and doing your normal things, but remember, it is a pandemic, and so do things respectfully for yourself, but for others, and just be clean and be safe.
Yeah.
COVID sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
There's been a lot of good things that have come out of this year, like last year.
Yeah.
You know? And
I think COVID's really taught everyone to treasure family, treasure your time, treasure your freedom, fresh air, treasure all those things, because you never know. And we're truly sorry for those who've gone through COVID and had much worse experiences. It sucks. And it's really not okay. But out of it, I think something even more important is to remember that we need to now live our life like you never know what's happening tomorrow. And to treasure your relationships and treasure that freedom of just being able to breathe, like literally breathing. Because you never know. But yeah, that was our little, I don't even know how long we've been talking for, but that was our little chit chat on COVID. Do you have anything else to add? Sorry, I talked a lot.
Yeah, you did. I'm just kidding. No, just wear your mask. Be respectful. I'm probably never gonna get my first kiss. Bye. Just saying. Okay.
Okay, well, everyone, that was this week's Talk It Out Tuesday. 1 full year since the pandemic hit us. Hit us, where we had to cancel everything. And so, kind of crazy to think about, but it's a good reflection time. Remember who loves you, remember who you love, respect yourself and respect others, honor each other, stay clean, stay safe, be well, wear those masks, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time.